Hi, I'm Libby Gibson, Town Manager. Welcome to What's Going On in Town Government. For our visitors, which I see there are still a number of you around, we do a weekly show here to let our residents know what's going on in town government. And there is a lot of citizen involvement here, resident involvement in government. And for our residents, you pretty much know what's going on. So this is just to give you some of the details in case you haven't kept up lately because you've been busy. At the Board of Selectmen's meeting this week, the board actually started out meeting as the Nantucket Regional Transit Authority Advisory Board, NRTA Advisory Board, and the discussion was about year-round service and how to fund it. And the NRTA group had in some consultants that reviewed some potential funding sources, including increasing fares, having paid parking and using the revenue from that to fund the service. We talked about in addition increasing the ferry embarkation fee. We talked about some additional taxes. All of those things, with the exception of the fares and the paid parking a little, would require legislative approval. And quite frankly, none of that is very likely anytime soon, if ever. So it's going to have to be some kind of a local effort, I believe. The board was most interested in understanding what fare increases would look like. So I think a little more work is going to be done on that, and this discussion will be continuing. At the board meeting, we had an announcement about something upcoming that people really need to pay attention to. The town is going to be reconstructing the Easy Street bulkhead. So Easy Street bulkhead right along the water, that is going to be completely reconstructed and replaced. This is going to mean a complete shutdown of Easy Street, at least a good solid portion of it, from about the middle of October to the end of the year, if not into the beginning of the new year. So no driving, no pedestrian traffic. Because of the nature of the work and the type of equipment that's going to be there, the street has got to be shut down. It will be open to pedestrians only for stroll weekend and Thanksgiving weekend. That's it. So there's going to be one of those big roadway, what's it called? The roadway construction sign thing at the Rotary that tells everybody about this. The truck route is going to have to be reversed. And this is going to have an impact on some other traffic and parking issues.
Huge.
For example, Lower Broad Street, no parking at all.
That means in front of Stubby's.
That means in front of Stubby's and the coffee shop, yeah. There will be two-way traffic there. And the truck route, like I say, is going to be reversed. So there's going to be a few other things. We have something on the website about this, and we're going to be announcing it frequently and getting information out on social media. The abutters have all been talked to. This is going to be a pain, but it's necessary work, and it's got to be done.
So when you come from town, how are you going to get to Easy Street now? How do you drive into town if you can't get down go down Easy Street?
You're going to have to go up Main Street.
So you go up Main Street and come down this way? You'll have to. Everybody will be coming through here.
There was a little bit of talk of changing Cambridge Street the other way for this duration of this.
You can't be having big trucks coming down.
No, the truck route is different.
They'll go around, completely around.
Yeah, and we've used this reverse truck route before when we've had similar situations. So this is all online, and again, we'll be talking about it a little bit more. Okay, mark your calendars on Sunday, October 9th. That is Susan P. Gerald Day. Do you know Mrs. Gerald?
No.
She is turning 100. She's a local resident, and she taught me and others piano back in the day. I could play some tunes
What
for you.
day is this?
Sunday, October 9th.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that also happens to be my daughter's birthday. And some other people's birthday. But anyway, so that's exciting. Her church, the Unitarian Church, asked the board to declare that day Susan P. Gerald Day. So we're going to do that. We've done that, basically. We also had people in talking about end-of-year fiscal 16 budget reports for our island home and the sewer and solid waste enterprise funds. We had a couple of liquor license violation hearings.
Okay. Which
3
ones
more.
this time?
What were they? Table 1 liquor store.
Oh,
on,
Table 1.
It's a liquor store, I think, on Old South Wharf.
Oh,
down there.
yeah.
Harpoon Liquors. and there was one
Harpoon
more.
Liquors.
The
Where's that one?
Wallwinnet.
I guess I'm not.
Harpoon Liquors is, fresh.
Yes.
I think it's that.
Oh, what did they? They're
Underage
just-
sales. Underage sales. So they had.
What happens to them?
Well, they had a variety of penalties. A couple of them have closures in 2017, and the Wallwinnet got a written warning because they hadn't had a violation before. But the other two had violations before.
Oh, so the Wallwinnet got hit, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. No one's exempt from this.
good.
We also talked about mitigation options. Okay, turn your mind to the sewer projects. We've been getting some citizen questions about if someone has installed an innovative alternative system, which is an expensive system, which is required in certain areas of the island, if they've installed that and then sewer comes along and they are required to connect to the sewer under current Board of Health regulations, is there going to be any mitigation for them because they've just spent a bunch of money putting in this required system and now sewer's here and they have to connect, so what happens? The Board of Health is going to be, it sounds like, adopting a policy that will allow a delayed connection within certain parameters. The Board of Selectmen, as the sewer commissioners, is going to be finalizing probably a policy regarding a fee mitigation. So, for example, perhaps there would not be a sewer connection fee of $2,000 to connect. Perhaps there would be a reduction or a waiver entirely of the privilege fee, which is about $6,400. So we have not finalized this policy yet, but there's active discussion about it. So we are hoping to get these policies finalized prior to the special town meeting on October 17th.
On Dan Drake's show, starting this week,
Yep.
at 3 and 9, one of the guests that came on were some concerned citizens from Mattocket to talk to Dan about the sewer
Yeah, I'm
out there. So,
yep.
so I encourage people to tune into that.
And there is going to be a lot of information, there already is a lot of information on the town website about the project, and I believe there's an op-ed going in the paper in the next week or two from the chairman of the Board of Health about the importance of the project, the Mattocket project, that's on the special town meeting for October. Speaking of the special town meeting for October, the board reviewed the warrant articles at its meeting and decided to make, sometimes they like to make comments on the warrant articles. They decided to make only one comment, which was the support of a finance committee motion on one of the articles. And depending on how things go at the special town meeting, will be one or more ballot questions. And they set the date, one or more ballot questions at a subsequent election, a special election, and we set the date for that to be December 6th. However, the board won't adopt that warrant until after the special town meeting, because what if things didn't pass, then we wouldn't need a special election. Well, actually, we might, because there's one thing on there. Got to think that through. Disregard that.
Oh, disregard.
We talked about the 6 Fairgrounds Road housing project. This is town-owned property. It's 6 Fairgrounds Road. And we've been talking for about a year now about having a housing development there. So the discussion was primarily about what sort of a mix of housing will this be? Affordable, town employee, market rate, and it's pretty much going to be a mix of all of that. And the idea is to maximize the housing so that we can increase our subsidized housing inventory, which is a required inventory, a state required inventory that every town in the state must have, and we are not very close to ours right now. So the intent is to boost that number up as best we can with this development, and there are some other developments in the works, not town sponsored, that will hopefully boost that number also.
Would that be quite a large?
I forget what the exact
Size?
number is, but the number of units we're talking about at the 6 Fairgrounds site, I believe, is about 64.
Some of those are going to be owned?
No, it's all rental.
Oh, it's all rental.
Yep,
I
it's
see.
all
So
rental.
when you say market rate, that's
Rental
market rate for
market,
rental.
yep.
And then there's lower rates for other people.
Affordable,
So we're going to
yeah.
mix everybody in there.
I think so. Yep. At the board's meeting next week, among the things on the agenda, I don't have the agenda totally final right now, but we're going to be reviewing the town's capital improvement plan for fiscal 18 and out 10 years. And also, boards has had a couple of discussions lately about the costs to ship certain types of solid waste off island instead of burying it in lined landfill cells here. So we're going to be having a little bit more discussion about some of the details of that potential cost. And those are the things that are happening. That Easy Street thing, I really want people to keep in their minds, because
Sure.
that's going to be real. That is going to be
It's
quite a
going to
pain.
be,
But I mean, what
yeah.
are we going to do? At least it won't be quite as much of a pain as that. Did you see on the news on Route 128 in Needham? They have to shut down a section of 128. You know, it's a major highway right outside of Boston for a weekend to deal with a bridge demolition. Anyway,
Right,
I was
right,
reading about it. There's
exactly.
an article in the Globe about it the other day, and I was reading about it because, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and it involves a massive inconvenience to the public. But it is
What
it
about
is.
wee whalers?
Wee whalers? Okay, so the town is really not involved at all in the wee whalers shutdown. I noticed in the paper there's been some discussion with the school about the situation in general. Town administration does not really have anything to do with it. We're sort of watching it, I think, to see what happens.
And wee whalers, we should, for those who don't know, it was closed down by the state, right?
Yes, closed down by the state, and I only really know what I've read in the paper. I haven't had a lot of discussion with people about it. Obviously has an impact on people very significantly.
Yeah, that's right.
And having been in the daycare situation not very long ago myself, I highly sympathize and empathize with people who've suddenly lost their daycare. That is a blow. It's very, very difficult.
Is there enough around town that picks up the slack?
Do you know, I don't really know. I think that people are going to have, they're going to have to get creative.
Are you in contact with the state on this issue at
No,
all?
no, not me. No, this is not a town issue.
No, it's a state thing.
whatsoever. It's a state
So
thing.
we don't even
It's
know
private.
if they're going to get to reopen again.
No. I only know what I read
All
in the
right.
paper. It sounds like they're going to appeal the state's decision, but it looks like there's some work that needs to be done in order for that to even be considered. I just don't know about it. So, you know, people have said, oh, the town should open a daycare. Well, we have actually talked about that in the past for town employees, and perhaps it's open to the public as well. But I mean, look at what the regulations are. The daycare operation regulations are very strict, and we don't have that kind of structure in place. We don't have the employees, we don't have the resources, we don't have a location. So I've heard a couple people say to me very recently, when the island home gets rebuilt, could there be a daycare incorporated there? Now, this has been talked about for years. Maybe, but I don't see the town running it. It's not a municipal operation. It's not a municipal responsibility. Maybe, though, and this is a huge maybe, could the town work into its plans some space that could be leased out to a group to operate a daycare center that the town does not get involved in?
Right.
That's possible. I don't know at all if that's going to be feasible, but it's something we could try to look at.
Yeah.
But that's not tomorrow. That's years away.
Yep.
The problem is right now.
You got it.
And the town doesn't have any more resources than anybody else to deal with that right now, even if we wanted to. And I'm not saying we don't want to. Obviously, we want to help people as best we can, but this is it's not a municipal function. I don't know what we would even be expected to do. So again, while I sympathize very, very highly with people, I don't know what it is that we'd be able to do. Oh, I might see a good walk by. Yes, I see a walk by. Hi, Lucinda. Hey, why don't you say hello? We're doing my show right now, and you could be a quick walk by.
Politics?
Well, no. Well, we talk about what's going on in town government, and this is Lucinda Young.
Hi, Gina.
Hello, Lucinda.
This is
What-
my friend Sue Ellen.
Hello. Who also
Hello.
lives
She
here.
would love to be on TV.
No, I would not.
Unlike me.
Where are you guys
This is
going?
Libby Gibson, the
Oh, hi, Libby.
famous
The
town
famous
manager.
Libby.
Nice to
Yes.
meet you.
manager, daughter of Porky Rand.
Yes. Yes.
Where are you off to?
The
She's
library.
off to the library.
Okay.
I'm off to my car, which
Okay.
whose 2-hour limit has run out. So
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't want to get the $50
I
ticket.
can't. But I'd
I'm-
like to
I'm
lobby
sure
for
you don't.
changing those hours of the parking limits, please.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would agree.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we could go back to September 1st.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Sounds great.
You caught
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, it's okay. So it's
How's your
done.
summer been, Libby?
It's been good. Very, very busy.
Did you get a break?
Incredibly busy. A little bit of a break at the end. We went to Cape Breton.
Good.
Yeah.
I saw.
And the thing is still there.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah.
And I saw Alex.
Alex, yes.
I saw Alex getting off the links.
Yes, he
summer.
did a
He
little
spent a few
trip on the
days?
links. Yes, and actually it was supposed to be a couple days, but the weather turned, so they had to stay in the vineyard for like 2 more days.
Did he have a
They
great
couldn't get back. He
experience?
did.
I
He
love
really
that
liked it a
boat.
lot.
I've been out on it once and I'm going
Oh, it's so
again.
cool.
Yeah.
It's so great that they do that for
Have you
kids.
been on it?
No, I've never been
You
on
should
it.
take Grace.
I should.
I mean, you learn
I
a lot
should,
about history
yeah.
and
Yeah.
Nantucket's history, which is fascinating.
That
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Carrie on there.
Yeah, you should
Like
take
to go.
Carrie on that.
This is much more interesting than politics.
I know, much.
See you at town meeting.
Okay, see you at town meeting.
Bye-bye.
April,
Nice
when am I saying? October 17th.
Yeah,
That was a great walk by. I don't see any other possibilities in the neighborhood for
Okay.
walk-bys. There's kind of, all of a sudden, there's nobody right here. Doesn't that always happen, Gina? We think there's going to be a good walk-by, and then all of a sudden they disappear.
I don't get it.
It's fun to be a walk-by on this show.
It really is. So come on by.
So come on by when, we can't really say when we're doing it because it's different every week. But
It's true.
you just have to keep your ear to the ground, I guess.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much. See you next time.